Greetings and salutations. It's just about a day after session 14 has been recorded and someone wants to do a 14.5.
A little late for Valentine's Day.
Yes, that date for Ludwig's Magpie mentioned, we're going to do that.
Just mentioned that offhand as a joke.
Hey, you're the one who said you wanted to do it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to make some remarks, but I'm not going to. I don't want the squeal to be deployed too much.
Even though the Skrill has been deployed plenty of times in other situations.
Oh no, the DM's playing with my tender affections.
And he's good at it, folks.
A week has passed, and the Smalls return from Shadowmire. The airship is pulling into the port, into the station, Battersandrid. Snow has now fully fallen, casting a light cast, more than a few inches worth of snowy layer across the land, across the buildings. The trams, they're still having problems. You can see everyone either travel around by carriage or by the ostriches. Also, notably, everyone seems to be having better luck with the ostriches than Magpie does in general.
She doesn't know why. She was nice to them at first, but they don't like her, and she don't like them.
And so you return to the guild. Doris is there waiting on reception with a new sheet on hand. As she comes in, she basically thrusts out the report sheets to everyone.
Magpie is filling it out as soon as she gets it. Hell of an adventure this time.
So, what was it last time?
Yeah, they keep getting stranger. We actually had to fight a cloud of vampire blood.
Vampire blood?
Yep.
Okay. Not the strangest thing I've heard. But get the reports back to me by the end of the day, and otherwise enjoy your rest of the day off.
She does so. Magpie cleans up after the adventure because riding on an airship is kind of crampy. Let's be realistic. She gets out of her adventuring clothes into more like just training clothes or something.
Here's what is going on. There's the other teams just going about the business, either heading out to do jobs, coming back. You notice Dave and Whisper returning with the trio. Trio looking tired, but otherwise looking good.
So they had a successful adventure. She says hi to them.
You get greetings, friend Magpie, and a hug from Whisper and general salutations from the rest of them. Snowy at least gives you a grunt.
Magpie is debating telling him about the arson attempt, but she doesn't. And she goes to check her mail, see if she got anything while she was out.
You've gotten some more cookies from Grandma, another knitted scarf. This one is especially long.
Perfect for winter.
More thanks from the locals. Locals for the fairy business. However, there's one who's remarking you are doing an exceptional job, and please do keep it up. The style writing is very neat, very tidy. It almost looks like it's someone at the same time is more accustomed to writing another language, but at the same time seems to have taken to writing common amazingly easy at the same time. So that's a big load of contradictions right there.
That's a weird letter. She's looking for who could have sent it.
There is no stamp of origin. There's no name actually given. Just merely an admirer of your work.
This kind of concerns her a little bit. Who in... Okay, I know a lot of people like what I do, but this feels weird. I'm gonna hang on to this and show it to the others later. Anything else for her? Or
it's just more usual business. Did I mention about the dance troupe that your family was tracking?
No, you didn't until now.
There's been a notice of some unusual horned elves that have appeared every now and again, especially offering a free performance at local establishments. They're there for a few days. However, the odd thing is on the final day, when someone goes back, the troop's gone, and well, the clientele are missing, but the room where the performance was held was full of pigs. It isn't until about an hour later, after all of the pigs have been rounded up, that they start to turn back into the patrons.
Okay, somebody's having a little bit of fun. I'm gonna show this to the group too. I'm also gonna give a copy of this to Cervantes so he knows something to watch out for this. What's next? Blue hair barbers? I know those are trouble.
Otherwise, it's just more the usual, just making sure you're alright, making sure to be careful around that noble. You never know.
Magpie kind of blushes like, I know.
And general good wishes, and with your birthday coming up soon enough, they look forward to seeing you again.
Well, her birthday passed. It came and went. But they are looking forward to seeing her again because she's going next month. And she just looks at the mark like, Grandma, I hope you have answers about this. So she goes through her mail. She's looking at it. Probably got her usual, petty dreadfuls that she really likes. Stuff like that.
The romantic poetry editions as well, maybe.
Anything romantic, she is blushing hard at right now. because she's thinking of Ludwig as she's reading it. She's like, wait, don't I have a date with Ludwig soon?
You also notice among, well, somehow some penny awfuls has been slipped in, either by the person you keep buying these from, or just by someone else. Is penny awfuls are pretty much the off brand of penny dreadfuls. Is the quality's more dodgy, but every now and again there's something good in there. And of course, the something dodgy usually relates to real people, notably notable nobles. And a fair bit of his, a hell of a lot of nobles wish fulfillment of romance in Lady Kiki themselves.
Oh no.
And you note a few of them do appear to be a bit sponsored by Lady Kiki herself. Whereas even be remarks in a few of them, please keep it up, they're very amusing.
I really need to meet this Kiki lady that everyone keeps talking about. She sounds like a trip and a half. She's trying to think, is there anything she's forgotten that she has to do today? She's like, I better go over my schedule. I think I do have something today. So she takes her mail to her room. She puts the 2 letters that are really making her uneasy in an important spot she can show the rest of the crew later. And she starts going over her calendar. Does she see anything that she forgot?
Yeah, look at the calendar when a message comes through the message tube.
She grabs the message.
And it reads, for the attention of Magpie, there is a guest for you at reception. Please come immediately.
Magpie gets dressed in slightly nicer clothes because she was just in like training gear, and she goes out to reception as quickly as possible. She's already like freshly showered and everything because, again, she did that when she got off the airship, basically. Yes, someone's here to see me?
Mossy, the moss-covered warforged, has now taken up for Doris on reception. And he basically points to one of the waiting rooms, and within you see Ludwig is now in deep conversation with Badger. They're basically comparing sword techniques. And for the first time in a while, at least, you can see Ludwig's rather enthusiastic, going through all the air motions of rapier combat.
Magpie is blushing. She's like, oh my god, he can sword fight too? Like, she's afraid to interrupt this conversation because it's like, oh, like, she's just like blushing.
It's then that Badger notices you and he remarks, girl, you're turning redder than a tomato.
Hi, Badger. Hi, Ludwig. I was told I have a guest.
Oh, so this is the one. Yes. Yes, isn't she quite delightful? Delightful creature, isn't she? Badger just gives you a wide grin.
Oh, me and Badger are trained together all the time with archery and stealth. Though I still can't seem to get the bell from him.
You'll get there eventually. But I know your relationship with Lucifer is very admirable, but at the same time, it maybe is. Maybe you want to speak with him at the same time next time you want to sneak the bell for my belt. They got it very good at it.
Well, I'm not surprised. So, Ludwig, what brings you to the guild?
Is at this time Badger wanders off, and now with no one else to see but except for Mossy, Ludwig takes your hand, kisses the back of it. But why, my dear, we have our appointment, don't we?
Oh, right. We have a little date. Oh, thank goodness that mission's over then. I was a little worried I was going to miss it.
I would be disappointed, but I do understand that this work is important and keeps you busy.
Well, this time it was very important. We had to, just deal with a little vampire problem, nothing special.
Hopefully it's not something that will come back to haunt you as such. Vampires do seem to be a grander problem than just dealing with isolated individuals from time to time.
Oh, funny enough, it was a vampire that asked us to help, too. Apparently, if they get caught feeding in sunlight, they turn into living clouds of hunger and anger.
Curious. Never heard of that before.
Neither had they. So that was a fun little trip. So, what have you been up to since we last spoke?
Just a general business. Liaison with local businesses, dealing with local fae for logging rights and stone and other mining territories.
Well, hopefully all that's going well. They can be very
Tricky.
and petty. She's just kind of like blushing and
There is something bit more different from usual.
oh.
Grandmother cares to start employing Kiki's home brand of cheese into a menu, and getting an audience with her is not the easiest thing, especially, and making trade deals with her is even harder.
Hmm. Actually, I think our little team has a slight connection to her. She even sent us a personal letter saying thanks for helping with the harvest.
Curious.
Well, she had experience with that pumpkin headed monster. Not a good one, so she's grateful to us, I guess.
Interesting. Now, it will be bad form to try to capitalize on your success. If it's something you wish to do yourself, I will not object. But I will just make it known as I am not asking a favor anything. I will continue on my own approach to see if I can win Lady Kiki's trust in this little matter.
All right. So, again, if you do need the help, I'd be happy to.
Oh, how blessed I am to have met you.
I could say the same thing. So, shall we?
Yes, let's so. Ashley, I have something interesting I want to show you.
Oh. She's like very curious. Her curiosity is overriding her blushing now.
Now, if you care to join me this way, and he attempts to hook his arm around yours.
She does not stop him. It's hooked around.
And together you leave the guild. He pulls out an umbrella, opening up.
Oh.
Open it because it's snowing. If you don't mind the walk, the trams are still suffering because of the snow, and
I know. As long as I don't have to ride one of those war ostriches, I'm fine.
yes, those are rather temperamental birds, and especially after you're just done with a mission, I want this to be a peaceful endeavour.
She's just smiling and just agreeing. Like if she had a fan, she'd be doing the fan tittering thing.
You can see he is giving you the look of admiration, and do you have any dice on you in a moment?
Technically, yes.
Give us an insight roll.
Oh. 26.
You are certain he is questioning why you are with him. There's a certain level of nervousness to him, a slight twitching of the eyes, his ears seem to be a bit off colour. It's even the feeling of his arm around yours, the thought that maybe he would rather have it around your waist instead.
She is not sure how she can signal that it's okay he can do that. And she's like, is he actually nervous around little old me? Like in her head. Because she's like all nervous around him, like, because she's blushing, she's like shy, she's like, you heard her tone with Badger. He heard her tone with Badger versus him, where it's more her usual, hey, howdy. With him, it's more soft, it's more demure.
Yeah, the pair of you travel in. Well, he's silent as you make your way into town, and he's just wandered around. He's explaining every now and again that the Midnights have ties to this business. You've learnt of one artificer supply shop ran by an old man who basically is referred to as uncle, that they seem to have a very confrontational relationship with. They don't necessarily have ties with them, but they're very good for the community.
Magpie kind of thinks, like, I think Lo mentioned this shop. She went here with Snark. They went there with Snark, I believe.
Snark is a man who knows of the best and knows where to go. And eventually him and the shopkeeper do butt heads. I've been around when he's been trying to haggle a deal because of services rendered. Keeping that clockwork tiger of uncles is quite the feat.
A clockwork tiger?
Okay, on that. A slight diversion. And then he gestures to enter old uncle's artificer shop.
She enters.
You're hit by the smell of metal. Lots of it. You can see cogs and gears, levers, chains, all through the aisles. Stuff you don't even know what they are.
Yeah, because Magpie is not mechanically inclined, but she's... This is definitely a snark area.
There's the old man reading the news sheets behind the counter. You notice there's a bit of a promenade a balcony that goes around the top, and there you notice a magnificent and beautiful looking bronze and mithril framed clockwork tiger.
Oh my... I've never seen anything like that before.
It is a magnificent piece of work, isn't it?
It looks like it could either be an amazing pet or rip you to shreds. It's incredible. She is just looking at this, just...
I was tempted to try to commission one for grandmother, but she's very insistent that she prefers the company of real felines, namely of the displacer beasts that our family are, well, as I remarked before, are rather famous for breeding.
Oh, it's understandable. I mean, they're a little softer than a clockwork tiger, but that is just beautiful. I don't blame you for even thinking that.
Ah, Uncle, how is business? Business is great, thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Are you here to buy or just the window shop?
Oh, I was told about the clockwork tiger. Ludwig was showing me. Did you build that yourself?
He just gets very hesitant and starts tapping his fingers on the desk. I did half of it, and that little worm Snark did the other half.
Oh, well, you both did an amazing job on it. It's beautiful.
It is his fault. It requires so much maintenance. How much maintenance does it actually require? Uncle just sinks down into his vest and not as much as I would like to make out.
Magpie just kind of... Well, forgive us for just window shopping, but I'm a little newer to the islands and I don't really see a lot of clockwork animals. So Ludwig wanted to show me.
I hear you've got a new commission. If you don't mind showing, so my worthwhile companion. If you don't mind, Uncle. Uncle just grumbles, disappears in the back, and hear a load of metal being thrown around, and aye! Before he comes back, and there's the framework of a clockwork owl sitting in a cage, just waiting to be finished.
Oh, well, this is gonna be adorable when it's done.
I can't remember who commissioned it. It's in the box somewhere, but it's what my assistant is having finishing this. He's I don't know where he is at the moment. I think he's off on an errand.
His name wouldn't be Jackie by any chance, would it? Out of character.
The temptation is to call the hobgoblin Jackie.
Like, well, hopefully he finishes it soon. It's a lovely piece.
Yes, and a good amount of money was spent for the resources and the pieces. This is not a simple thing.
I can imagine. I'm not very technologically inclined. I tend to stick with old-fashioned methods. But a lot of work. It's a wonder.
I hear that so much, and it is what I do.
Well, I can see why Snark patrons your shop very often, even though, yeah, he can be a little abrasive. If you're the best, everyone comes to you for it.
Aye, he unfortunately knows he's the best. Uncle, I have this for you, and he passes over what looks to be a bit of a padded envelope to Uncle, and it's. I thought your grandmother wasn't interested in any tigers of their own. It's not for grandmother, it's for my. It's for. It's for a niece who's coming to visit. She's very interested in the clockwork, and much like grandmother, she loves the felines. Has expressed interest in everyone. It's if you can't do a full one, just a companion size one will do. We can talk money when better available, just not at the moment.
Magpie just kind of blushing, like, that is so sweet.
Aye. Okay. Back to more to haggle details. But yes, I can do you a tiger. Any size is depends on what you want to spend. Thank you very much, Uncle. Now that I have moved us on to actually patronising your shop, I feel I have other engagements I need to attend to now, and make sure my our companion is suitably entertained for the evening.
Oh. Magpie is just bright red when he says that, like, oh my god.
Aye, don't take her to little Johnny's then. Why is that? The last chef that's worked there left feed patrons with food poisoning.
I'll keep that in mind. That kind of snapped her out of the blush for a minute.
Seriously noted, but I think grandmother would have words with me if I took her anywhere else but her establishment for food. Aye, that makes so much sense. Anyway, off with you, off with you young people, and go enjoy your evening.
Magpie's just, well, I'm making that a mental note to avoid when wandering around on my own around here.
Okay, now what I really want to show you is not that far from here. Please, this way.
She follows. She might be a little closer to him.
It's at this point he pulls a little closer to you, and even is there to slip his arm around your waist.
She is not fighting this. She is just, oh my god, this guy is just so romantic.
And if you look at him, you notice he is blushing as well. So, what the walk is a tad awkward for him. He is trying. And you reach an alchemist shop. And together you enter and you're greeted by a gnome with no eyebrows and no hair. Oh, Lord Midnight, Lord Midnight. Oh, greetings you. Greetings you and your fine young lady. Ooh, check out you with the arms around each other. Ooh, this is a bit juicy, isn't it? Yes, Nobby. I'd like to introduce you to my date for the evening, the fine young lady Magpie.
Howdy.
Oh, Magpie of the guiding light guild. Magpie, the one who's been around town doing all these Fae-related jobs.
Yes. It is my family business to deal with the Fae.
Maybe you get to do something, but not right now, Nobby.
No,
It's an evening off. At least leave it to tomorrow, where you can send a message up to the guild. Oh, that's fine. And it's fine. The little man who's in the cupboard is eating all my biscuits again. Oh, be sure to send a message. Ooh. You want to show the thing? Yes, I want to show the thing. Now
Magpie's just highly amused by this, and she's taking out the little man in the cupboard. Just okay, that's a thing.
Nobby basically dances off into the back. You hear more rustling, the box dropping, some gnomish swearing.
As he's doing that, she just kind of like smiles a little, like, he's an excitable little one, ain't he?
Gnomes tend to be there. They're not quite the eternal optimists that halflings tend to be, but they are fascinating people.
Well, seeing as I work with one, Tedlin.
Tedlin, I believe I have about half a dozen of these flyers now taking up my desk.
She's laughing. Like, keep one to remind myself, but I don't know where that box could have gone.
Consider the amount of people Tedlin has asked. It could be in the Hells, it could be the Hells, it could be into the Elysian Fields, it could be another realm.
I can say it wasn't in hell because Tedlin actually was there for a little while. So that eliminates one plane of existence, I think.
Ludwig gives you a look of surprise, but before he restores his usual near stoic appearance, going back to the raised eyebrow. Curious. And at this point, Nobby comes dancing out from the back, spinning round as he's wrapped up in rope and a few chains. And here we go. Here's the thing. Go check it out.
Are you all right? You look like you got into a tangle with half of your storeroom.
No. It's only about 5% of the storeroom. Another 20% has fallen over, but it's fine. It's fine. Here, check this out. And he hands you this thing on a stick.
Okay.
You know the whole cup and ball thing that kids play with?
Yeah.
It looks similar to that, but it's been developed further. It looks like it has a pair of plates on the other side, on the side of the ball, on the cup.
So how does it work?
Oh, just look for the hole on the bottom, yeah. And
okay.
Give it a spin. And as you give it a spin, looking for the hole, you can see a displacer beast, a very simple looking one, just pouncing forward again and again.
It's a displacer beast, a drawn one, but a displacer beast, and it's moving.
Yes, bloody awesome thing, isn't it?
That is amazing.
Nobby came to me for a bit of patronage for to developing his idea, something to amuse the children with.
I think I know a few adults that'd be charmed by this.
That was the thinking as well. I commissioned this one for grandmother because, well, you know, she does love her displacer beasts.
I think she'd love it.
But also another thought is Nobby. And then Nobby holds out from his back a second one.
Oh.
Oh, the good Lord has commissioned two of them. One's for you, one's for his old granny.
Oh, my, thank you. Are they the same or are they different little animations?
Nobby passes you the other one, and as you view it, it's pretty much the same animation, but you notice there are some subtle differences, basically down to the artist hasn't been able to recreate the image, picture perfect picture, exactly. So it's, yeah, they are clones of one another, but not exact clones.
She's still like impressed by it.
Such a simple little thing, but oh, you should hear about what I have next. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Nobby. One thing at a time. Oh, well, let me know. Well, let me boast. Let me boast. Fine.
Magpie is just kind of tittering.
My ladyship, have you ever had your portrait painted, paint on paper, parchment, canvas?
Magpie turns very red because that's something she's been avoiding in the guild for a while now. That's a common practice in the guild.
Oh, all that time just sat around or just standing, looking like you do. Because could you imagine it being over in a moment? Nobby's just grinning from ear to ear at this point.
That would be interesting.
I'm working with another with an artificer for developing this device to take pictures.
Like that?
At the moment, I'm working on the chemicals to develop the light of the image transferred onto a small card piece paper, whatever it shall be. It shall be instantaneous. It shall be momentarily. You will not have to sit hours and hours just to have a painting taken of you. This will revolutionize the world. This will make tourists take lots of pictures so they can remember things that bore people with their stories about we've been here. Look here, look at this.
I'm not sure if this boy has future sight or just a lot of optimism and hope. Like, she's looking at Ludwig and she's kind of smiling because she's kind of enjoying this and enjoying his boast.
Dobby, I do want to hear about this project, but first complete this one. I know what you like. You have 6 projects on the back burner at the moment, and you've only nearly completed this one. The others may be forgotten by tomorrow morning. Oh, what do you say? What do you say? Oh, that's Heiny. You're not funny. Oh, no, just let me jest. Let me jest.
Magpie's trying not to laugh because she actually does find this kind of amusing.
But yes. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe the years to be. But someday, the nubby is seen instant taker shall be the thing. Terrorists shall want them. Nobles shall wanted to capture the moments of. What do nobles want to take their capture the moments of? Very little, by my understanding. Maybe I can make a cheaper version for the common folk, so we can take pictures and send to the relatives, and yeah. And at this point, he's just gone on to incessant babble, but that doesn't seem to end.
I don't think he knows we're here anymore.
He does that. He's become so lost in thought. He's probably going to develop some of these 3 different versions of that image taken now. Nobby has now danced back off into the back room. You can hear things being thrown around. Where's my bloody paper? Who's moved my pens?
Well, there goes the other 80% of the storage room.
You know the fun thing? Except for himself and a few interns that come now and again, he works alone.
Well, is either crazy, smart, or both?
I would go for both.
Fair point. She's just looking at this little gift and she's just blushing and she's just, this is just amazing though. I'm sure Granny Midnight's gonna love hers.
On that, how would you like to give her hers?
Of course. It'd be nice to see her again, see how she's doing.
Because I am certain she would not want me eating anyone else.
Well, from what I had at the ball, she certainly is a good cook, so I can understand that.
So, onwards to Granny's.
She's just smiling and blushing and probably making small talk or telling us some of the adventures she's had since, the winter ball. Probably mentions the burnt tongue cult and is just smirking at how ridiculously weak it was.
He is not saying a word, he's just listening intently.
She's just blushing like, sorry, I tend to ramble a little.
No. I like to listen to you ramble.
Oh.
You get to learn things about people by just letting them talk. And well, I do like to listen to you talk.
She's just... If she was any bolder, she'd be squeeing right now. And once the state is done, she's going to be running back to the guild. And grabbing the first member of her party she sees. You're evil. And For comedy's sake, I want it to be Shifrost because that would just be ridiculous. And she's going to Granny's with Ludwig. And they're talking.
The lights are started kicking as the evening goes dark and snow continues to fall. People are out and about. It's more of the common folk you see around. So some of them are trying to shovel away the snow, some just clearing things. There's some are just going around changing bulbs that is blown out. Folks that see you just give you a nod, a polite hello.
And she's doing the same back. She's just...
Finally, you come to the familiar form of the old Granny's Inn next to the orchard. We can see Sir Fluffykins just proud around, stalking falling snow.
Magpie smiles at the cat, because cute. I see Sir Fluffykins is doing well.
It's hard for that one not to do well. Grandmother does dote on him, but at the same time, he does pull his own weight and make sure he stays in top form. Mostly just keeping away the takeout delivery people.
Jeff told me about that one. He actually ordered a pizza in a place that provides food basically for free.
Well, it's not as if free, it's still part of the service, but the cheek of ordering the pizza with sardines on it when you know there is a displacer beast on the property is questionable, to say the least, especially with grandmother.
I wish I was part of the spawns then, because that would have been quite funny to see.
I hear a bit of a mess was caused, but at the same time, your compatriots managed to clean up at the same time. Larry. It's good to see you, Larry.
Hello, Larry. Good to see you again. Yuki answer hellos.
It's at this point, Larry is hovering around outside with about 6 of his gazers. They seem to be discussing some kind of game plan. Lord Ludwig, good to see you again. It's I didn't catch your name last time.
Magpie's fine.
Magpie. You're part of Yuki's party. Yes. Who I have to thank for my new current employment. Noni, when someone summons me, I get stuck for 100 years guarding some old relic in a rundown castle. This is so much better. You know what, guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Yuki told me. I let her know you're doing well and you're still thankful.
Oh yes. I couldn't ask for a better employer than the grandmother. You know that his security cab looks better than ever. Looks like he's just recently got a new one. The tie. You're still wondering how the hell he's wearing a tie when he's got no neck.
Just tie it around just below the eyeball and the mouth. Levitation. We'll go with levitation. Magic. We're D&D. Magic.
We don't need to explain shit.
Exactly.
Grandmother expects you. She's got the meal all set up for you. Please go ahead. And just discussing the little ones about the game plan to get rid of all the rats that set in. Look, I don't want excuses. Rats are turning up. We need to get rid of them. And Ludwig leads you inside as Larry is busy deeply discussing with the gazers.
Well, he certainly seems happy and dedicated to his job.
I've never met a spectator before. I've heard of beholders. And all I have to say is I'm glad for the turnouts from when your companions came round to do their business.
Well, as you learned with your little town, we do get the job done. We just don't do it the way most people expect.
And in addition to that completing the job, I can say there have been further blessings upon the Midnight family, shall I say. He just flashes you a smile.
She blushes, turning away like, oh my god.
So you enter. One of the hirelings leads you to a private little chamber. Granny's busy at the moment, so she's not there. But you've got the message of, if there's anything on the menu, please send a message. You'll have it prepared for you within suitable time. And so you're led to a nice, cozy little room, lit with candles, a nice cover of the round table. It's already been set up with a few nice starters, some general human dishes, a few drow dishes thrown in for good measure. Actually, Granny has gone all out.
Well, seems to be a little bit of her style.
Oh, she's even worse when the girls are around. Let me see, that ain't so common anymore. He pulls out a chair for you.
Oh, thank you. She sits.
Ludwig sits down the other side, and almost immediately he's fidgeting with a breadstick.
She's enjoying her little starters. And she's actually sampling some of the drow starters as well, for two reasons. One, because she's in a drow household, and two, she's known drow before. She's probably had some of these.
What's a drow cuisine, at least for this sort of list artists, lots of mushrooms, some deep terrain fish, some other things that they generally don't describe.
She's used to all of it. Like, she's not even fazed by it. She's probably seen some of it cooked. She probably knows what it is.
You probably have a better idea of what you're eating than Ludwig does.
And she's like, yeah, I never had any of this good before. I mean, I've had it, but these have to be much finer ingredients.
Granny does like to grow her own. Was quite a challenge digging out the basement even further just to make sure we had the right conditions to grow this stuff.
Yeah, it's a little harder to do that in Pixelord. I mean, there are a few drow there, and I've actually helped cook some of these dishes a little bit badly, but I still tried.
You are quite the jack of all trades, aren't you?
Well, no. I just don't shy away from trying new things. My specialty is archery and dealing with the Fae and a little crafty work now and then. And now wrangling the smalls a little bit.
He picks up the wine bottle and basically is offering to fill your glass. His manner is basically saying just offering at the same time you don't need to accept the offer.
She does. She's a little curious.
Say when, and he just starts pouring slowly.
It's like a quarter full when she says when, not too much.
And he stops pouring, putting the bottle back to himself. He gives it a wave under his nose. This one smells like it's got a bit of bite to it. Promises to be a good year.
Good to know. She gives it a light sniff. She's never drunk wine before. She's literally just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna follow his lead.
I hear you have worked with Snorri the Mad.
He helped during the harvest too. You'd be surprised he was tied to that in the past.
It's curious to know how far certain things spread.
Especially when you're part of the spread.
Once upon a time, Grandmother tried to strike a deal with Snorri. They didn't see eye to eye. Admittedly, she has to buy the stuff on now third party. And only then is about one bottle every now and again. She would like to get more in, but relations aren't particularly good between those two.
Did mention Snark mentioned a disagreement between Snorri and Granny, and that's why the trio aren't really welcome here. I thought it was just Snorri being Snorri. You know, mad and full of alcohol.
I don't know what happened myself. I wasn't there. It's just bad blood. It would be nice if they could move by. That's it, but I suspect they're both at the age where they both don't let go easily.
I can understand that. She just kind of softly nods. Sometimes just people don't mesh either. That could have been it too.
Indeed.
She's kind of half thinking of her versus Alomar and how they don't mesh at all.
Is at this point the door is pretty much kicked open, and in comes Granny Midnight. She's still in the pink dress. She's now wearing a frilly apron on top of it. Oh, darling, it's so good to see you again. She then
Got it, Granny.
She then plumps
Got an entrance.
Plumps a big old cooked turkey into the middle of the table. I hope the food's to your agreement.
Quite. I haven't had dry food this good in a long time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. She pulls out the fork and knives and begins to carve up the turkey. Oh, it's so good to see your young Ludwig basically out of making friends. She gives him a wink. Grandmother.
Magpie is just... You and my grandmother shouldn't meet, Lady Midnight. You two would get along a treat. Translation? Magpie knows exactly what's going on, because her grandmother would pull the same crap.
Oh, if it's possible just send me when, where, and how, and we'll see if it's possible or not.
I'll try to make the arrangements then. She's just kind of giving Ludwig this look like, I know exactly what she's doing. I know how you feel.
Ludwig is also trying to make some gestures. Gestures says, give us an insight.
Give me a second. I'm actually laughing because this is actually hilarious. 23.
You somehow as a figure from his subtle hand gestures as case of give her the gift.
Oh, we picked something up for you on the way here, Granny Midnight.
Oh, what's that now?
She hands her the gift.
Ooh. You just spin it like that. And Granny, oh. It's moving.
Mm-hmm.
But she did grabs the wheels and makes it stop and disappears inside. There's lots of little drawings inside. What's all this about? I think Nobby described it as an optical illusion. It spins at a speed where all the pictures look like they're merging together. They look like they're moving. I think the term he used was animated.
That's a fitting term.
Ooh, that Nobby. He has such big ideas on those tiny shoulders of his.
Yes, he was telling us about a few of them, and then I think his wires got crossed and his entire storeroom ended up attacking him, so to speak. She's kind of laughing at that.
Oh, that happens on a daily basis. He really should have that place cleaned. We tried that once. He couldn't find anything until he made a mess of the place again, and he could find everything. He's a very cluttered-minded individual. Oh, what's that saying? A cluttered work area is a cluttered mind, but a clean work area is an empty mind, or something.
Well, for some maybe an empty mind, for others just an organized one, I suppose. Remember, Magpie keeps her work area very neat and tidy, or she'll never find anything.
Oh, but thank you, child, for this. I know Ludwig was the one who went commissioning, but it's saying you didn't need to give it to me yourself. And for some reason, Granny Midnight is turning Iris.
Like, is that a plot point, or is that just why is my voice changing?
It's somehow I cannot maintain an accent.
Okay, a little behind the scenes look for you, folks.
Like I hide anything.
We are the blooper reel.
Again, Granny thanks you, disappears on her way. You can hear her yelling at one of the staff to get back to work. And the evening continues, just with light, delightful chatter between you and Ludwig, enjoying the food. You enjoy your starter. The main meal comes along.
The turkey was a starter?
Well, that's part of more main meals. It's just coming in bits and pieces.
I was gonna say, it's like, hell of a starter, that turkey.
Eventually, towards the end, Granny reappears with some sort of dessert. It seems to be some kind of soft sponge that's covered in
Like
brown dots with a bit of jam in its cake. And Granny, is that? Oh yes, it's Spotted Dick.
You just wanted to make that joke, Raven.
Yes.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, it's Spotted Dick. He's gonna have like some fantasy name for it. No. I should have. Magpie's like, I am so glad Chef Ross isn't here right now.
Oh, don't worry. It's not that aphrodisiac at all. Not my boy here needs it. Granny.
Magpie is just trying not to laugh. It's like.
And so Granny dishes out the pudding and disappears off, just leaving you to enjoy the food in peace.
Magpie's like, I know I said those two should meet, but if my granny was here, this would have been twice as bad. She's laughing, like, and we may not have gotten them out of the room either.
It sounds like it would be an experience.
My family is one of the most wild, rowdy folk you can meet for humans. It would be an adventure.
It sounds like Granny would love to meet him.
And while they're still a little unsure because of your rank, I think they want to meet you too.
Maybe one day then.
I hope so. She's just kind of blushing and, like conversation and all that, just kind of enjoying the evening.
Time goes on, food gets eaten. Granny reappears and disappears, checking to see if everything's alright. Especially doing that thing when, like in folk restaurants, just turn up and asking you, how's your food? Right in the middle of eating it.
Magpie's like, she's just like a deer caught in the headlights.
And finally, you can hear a old grandfather clock somewhere outside of the ding, and just counting dings. You realise it's gotten late, far later than you thought it was.
Yes, it is true. Time flies when you're having fun.
And I can certainly admit I've been having fun.
So can I.
Ludwig fiddles with his hands a bit. You can basically see he's debating something.
And
This may seem rather bold of me, but before the night is out and you have to return to the guild, may I have the pleasure of giving thee a kiss upon the lips?
Of course. Of course.
And Zoe stands from table, takes your hand, as he
guides her up, I guess.
Yes. Is only then he really seems to notice that he's a bit shorter than you. He's still staring into your eyes. He brushes the hair from your face before he leans in.
The kiss happens, obviously.
His lips meet yours. Just as the door is, it opens. and the next thing you know, you clash teeth, and he pulls back, and he's apologizing thoroughly.
No, you're fine. I think we both got the scare of a lifetime.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to disturb, but it started to really snow, and we don't want you to get stranded here if you don't want to be here. But of course, we are willing to put you up for the night if that's what you want.
Magpie is just like, I have no idea what to do in this situation because I'm still like recovering from being scared to death by a little grandmother.
Grandmother, your timing. Oh!
I'm not sure if your timing was amazing or terrible. I think it depends on how you feel about the comedy of the situation, ma'am.
I can come back in 5 minutes. Let you try again. Ludwig just pinches his nose and Magpie, I'll leave the decision to you.
Why don't we head back to the guild? I don't think I'm ready to spend the night yet. And I'm gonna need a minute to recover from laughing.
Oh, of course. Oh, first, just let me get you a few things, because it's you didn't come with a coat, and well,
she had her cloak, her trusty green cloak.
Well, by the time you leave, you have a heavier cloak thrown around your shoulders along with a hat. Oh, I don't mind bringing them back. They're yours to keep.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you, Granny.
So, in the darkness of night, lit only by the lights of the road, lights of the lampposts, you crunch through the snow back to Gildan, and just standing before the reception doors. Ludwig looks very sheepish as he rubs the back of his neck, and he's looking around, checking to see if anyone around, and asks, "May I try again to give you a good kiss this time? A kiss goodnight?"
Of course, Ludwig.
And again, he leans in.
First, she checks to make sure none of her party is running to the door or anything, because she knows that's going to happen if she's not careful.
He leans into you, and his lips meet yours for a brief moment, and he pulls away again, and he looks somewhat flustered and both amazed at the same time that he has managed to kiss you without any problems going off this time.
Magpie is just as flustered. She is smiling. Thank you, Ludwig. I had a wonderful time. I hope we get to do this again very soon.
Yeah, yes. I'll see you when I'm next free. Hopefully not too long.
It might be a month.
Oh.
I have to do something in Pixie Ward. It's nothing too serious. Just I need some information about something.
Of course. Good things to come to those who wait.
Though I don't have to leave for another 2 weeks, so
I'll see what I can do.
As will I.
With this, he gives you a hug. He kisses you on the cheek, and he
bright red, and just so happy.
And reluctantly, he says his goodbye, and walks off, giving you a wave.
Magpie is waving back. She's kind of lingering, watching him. It's when he's out of sight that she goes back inside, does the whole lean on doors like, does anyone see her?
You see Snark and Whisper waiting for you, sat basically against the wall in the reception. So, good evening.
Yeah, just went out for the day.
Good to hear you had yourself a good time. From what I hear, Ludwig is a good one. You netted yourself a good one.
He's a dream.
Snark just grins at you, just winks at Whisper and just pats him on the head. See, it's all fine.
Oh, right. Whisper ain't fond of nobles. It's okay, Whisper.
Whisper just dashes up to you and gives you a hug around the waist.
She hugs him back. And she shows him the gift that Ludwig gave her, like what it does.
Ooh.
He commissioned it for me.
Cat moves.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion. The little gnome who made it called it animated.
Little gnome talks a lot, constantly having fights in the storeroom.
Yeah, Nobby. He's the one who made it.
Nobby. Oh God, I should have turned down that offer. Oh well, my mistake. Anyway, I know you're good. Whisper, you don't know she's good. So I'm going to bed. And I presume...
Sark,
yes?
By the way, I saw that Clockwork Tiger you worked with Uncle on.
Oh,
it's a beautiful piece of work. You two did a great job.
Oh, it's a piece of pride of mine. It breaks
and
down.
You deserve it.
Most kind of you to say. And, well, may the days you have with your boy, shall we say, be good ones.
I hope so too. Now, I better get to my room, or grab one of my teammates and start gushing about the date. Whichever comes first.
Hey, Whisper. Hey, Whisper. Do you know where Alamar is? Yes. Want to go mess with him? Yes. We'll keep him out your way. Have yourself a good night.
Thank you. Oh, make sure Alamar gets extra drenched with Snorri's brew today. I don't need him being a gossip.
Oh, we have plans, don't we, Whisper? Yes. And the two just go off. Whisper, just peek around the corner to give you a wave.
Magpie waves back and heads over. If she sees someone like, say, Shifrost or Cyrano or Yuki or Okasan or any of them, even Crandall, she's just like gushing about her date with them.
You've actually run across Crandall. He thinks he's hiding behind a plant pot he's holding.
Crandall, I'll take the best night of my life. Hug! And just starts gushing at him.
You basically drag him to your room. You're not actually letting him in, but it's going on all about it, and he's going, "You see nothing."
I don't care if you think I'm talking to a potted plant.
And on this, I think it's a good moment to bring this session to a close.
And remember, kids, if you're trying to kiss your girlfriend, make sure you lock the door if your granny's around.
So until next time, be good, be well, and be sure to give any gossip mongers a thorough distance before you get up to anything. Later.